Hello everyone and welcome back to Whatever Wednesdays. Today we're gonna step back into the world of aviation. We're not gonna be playing a game today. We're gonna get into some discussions. This first one is actually from I think back in May. And it's a video I made that I ended up not releasing, but now you're gonna get it. On the whole airspace disruption and ATC communications being down. The reason I didn't release this video is it's not fully complete, and there's a few issues with what I said in this, and I didn't release it as a result. But I do think that the core points still hold true, so enjoy.
What is going on in the world of aviation with equipment failures right now? We've had 2, maybe even 3 major, and when I say major, you're talking like Denver International, Newark, New Jersey, airports just like temporarily lose ATC for minutes at a time, like up to 6 minutes. I have a few headlines here from various news articles. I just snipped them off of Google, but you've got Newark, Denver, Newark again. What's going on? And I don't have a solution. I do have a solution, but I don't know why their equipment's failing. But I do have a painfully simple solution that, while it definitely wouldn't work perfectly with the actual radar scopes and that sort of stuff, they could at least, instead of vectoring aircraft off to other airports, which is what they did in Denver, at least maintain further separation of aircraft and still communicate with them, which was not an option at Denver for a while. The website we're on right now is the National Airspace System status. Per the FAA, it looks at both United States as well as Canadian, and I believe certain like northern Mexican airspace, and it lists different airport events. So you've got airport closures, certain runways, right? So like here's this is Las Vegas, runway 19 right and 26 left is closed. Boston's got a closure of just 04 right, 04 right, 04 left, and 09 are actually. Ground stops probably due to weather. I saw Midway was on. Yeah, Midway's right here. Due to thunderstorms, that kind of makes sense, right? Then these equipment outages. So this YYZ, I believe this is in Canada, actually. Let's go to the map view. So here you've got Midway, closed due to thunderstorms. O'Hare, ground delay due to thunderstorms. Makes sense, right? They've got some storms going on down there. YYZ is Toronto. I was correct. Due to an equipment outage. Are we seeing another one of these already live right here, right now? I don't get it. So the solution that I have, and I have my little handheld transceiver sitting here. I'll turn it on so you can hear it go beep. Did you hear that? Probably not. Get a handheld radio or something that runs on batteries primarily and keep it plugged in. Maybe something bigger than a handheld so you can actually get a little bit further range. But the thing that's nice about VHF, it's line of sight. It's line of sight. So if you can visually point, not even visually, if you can see that aircraft on the horizon, you can probably communicate with it, with a caveat of, yes, you're not going to be able to like beam messages to the ISS as it's cresting the horizon. It's too far away, right? That sort of thing. The ionosphere and the atmosphere will interfere with certain VHF communications. But if you're trying to like control a 30-mile radius of an airport around you, an aircraft are at, 5,000, 6,000, 20,000, whatever feet, VHF will solve your problem. And a small handheld radio will let you communicate with them. Again, it's not perfect, but it's better than just shutting down entirely for 6 minutes and sending aircraft to other sites, causing massive delays, costing millions of dollars in delays as well. As far as radar scopes going out, which was another issue, may I present the ADS-B exchange. For those of you who don't know what ADS-B is, It is a now mandatory in the United States aircraft tracking. So all aircraft, as of now in the United States, are required to have ADS-B out. And what that means is they're required to transmit their location when airborne. So we're zoomed in right now to Newark, New Jersey, and there's an aircraft on departure. What is it? It appears to be an Embraer. It's an Embraer ERJ 170, owned by Republic Airways Inc. And there he is. There's the line he's tracking. Here's a big heavy something. It's not a heavy. It's a 737. American Airlines landing. Here's a bunch of on-the-ground aircraft. You've got a United Airlines 737 MAX. You've got a JetBlue A320. You get it, right? Here's an Endeavor Air CRJ. And this is not national, not North American, but it's global. The entire world, for the most part, is under ADS-B. You can see there's a little bit of a blank out here in China because, China stuff. But as far as the United States, let's go into Denver. Boom, here's Denver. Here's the Denver airport. I got Delta Airlines 2431 and Airbus A320 landing on one of their far runways. I got United Airlines 2747, the Star Alliance jet taxiing in. I got another United Airlines A319 landing. I got a CRJ lined up behind him. So, or no, it's an ERJ 145, sorry. And it's also not United. It's one of those weird, I think, like government-funded carriers. It doesn't matter. So this, while not instantaneous, not like a radar scope where you're sending out high-frequency radio waves and it's bouncing off of the aircraft and working with a MODAS transponder to tell you what aircraft it is and what it's doing or whatever, is a very viable option for these airports. You would just have to have a little bit further spacing, because obviously my update rate is slower, right? You can see the real-time update rate. Have this FedEx 777 or 767, excuse me, vector out a little further. It seems like such a simple solution, and I don't know why there isn't at least at major airports, a mandate to have a $300,000-$400,000 set of radios as a standby if your main VHF communication goes out. And a computer that all day, every day, all it does is just show the ADS-B exchange. Or, even better yet, you're the FAA. You could come up with your own non-publicly accessible ADS-B thing and look at aircraft on there, because they're required to have ADS-B out. Every single aircraft in the world. Here's a little Diamond. I believe it's a Diamond. Nope, it's a PA-44 Seminole. Here is a 182 Turbo Skylane. Here's a helicopter. It's UH-60. Doing patterns. It's global. Let's go to a small airport. Let's go to... I don't know. I was going to say Jackson, Tennessee, because I saw it. Let's go to... Little Rock. Okay, Little Rock's not that small of an airport. I know where we're going to go. We're going to go to my old flight school. They're actually probably not flying because of the weather. That's, yeah. Okay, there's just a big old Ibex Air leaving O'Hare. What if we go up to Madison? I'm not getting good examples, but you get my point. You can have, let's check Grand Forks, North Dakota. There's a flight school there. Bismarck, except I can't find Grand Forks. Anyway, my point still stands. Every single aircraft in the United States, at least, if not globally, is required to have ADS-B out. And it is so inexpensive in the grand scheme of operating a commercial airport to put, let's get crazy and say $10,000 worth of VHF radios in the towers or in the ground control systems, because ADS-B is not just airborne. there's a ground mode, right? We're looking at ground aircraft tags. And here's a SkyWest CRJ, a FedEx 767 again, a UPS MD-11, Southwest Airlines over at Minneapolis. Seems so simple. Anyway, that's it. I don't understand why something like this doesn't exist, but hey, Feds, you can have this one for free, or if you want someone to head it up, give me a ring. I'll do it. I'll do it for cheap. I'll do it for cheap. Anyway, that's it. Thanks for watching.